What's up, gamers? Welcome back to Veteran Game, where we cut through the nostalgia fog and give you the real story behind the latest releases, the weirdest classics, and everything in between. If you're a fan of retro games, game history, or you just love seeing old titles get a second shot at life, make sure to like and subscribe because today we're looking at Super Technos World, River City and Technos Arcade Classics for the Nintendo Switch. Let's get straight to the point. This collection is kind of a paradox. On one hand, it's got some serious retro energy and a pretty broad slice of Technos Japan's history. On the other hand, it's missing one of their most iconic franchises entirely, Double Dragon. That's right, no Billy and Jimmy Lee here. If you're hoping to punch your way through endless waves of street punks, you'll have to look elsewhere. But what do you get instead? Here's the rundown. Super Technos World bundles 12 classic games, 7 Super Famicom titles and 5 arcade games. And this is a big but, 2 of those games are almost identical, 2 more are different versions of the Combat Tribes, and a couple are Japanese only with no English translation. So right away, that 12 lineup shrinks to more like 8 genuinely unique experiences for most players. The arcade lineup is where things get the most interesting. You've got Super Dodgeball, which is pure chaotic fun with big sprites and wild action. Then there's xain'd, a classic run and gun that might make Contra fans feel right at home, and China Gate, a journey to the West-inspired beat-em-up with over-the-top character designs. The Combat Tribes gets a slick arcade version, bloodier and smoother than the SNES take. And Shadow Force brings that satisfying combo-heavy brawler energy that makes you want to high-five your couch buddy after every boss fight. And honestly, the arcade games are the real stars here. There's a reason people remember them, and having them all in one place is cool, especially with local multiplayer support, so you can relive those quarter-crunching days with friends or family. Now the Super Famicom side is a mixed bag. River City Renegade is a 16-bit evolution of River City Ransom, a slower, clunkier version that only really hits if you're running on pure nostalgia. The baseball game Downtown River City Baseball Story tries to mix story with sports, but the weird camera angles and limited field views make it less accessible for new players. Kunio's Oden, genuinely a standout, a puzzle game with Puyo Puyo energy and a quirky food theme that's surprisingly addictive and perfect for high-score chasers. But then you run into the biggest issue. 2 of the games, Shugoro Quest++, Dicynix and Dunquest, are Japan only. No English translation. Unless you can read Japanese or are super motivated to muddle through, these are basically unplayable for most Western fans. That's a real missed opportunity for localization, especially when fan translators have been doing this for free for decades. Come on, Arc System Works, if you want our cash, meet us halfway. Now let's talk about how this collection is packaged. Yes, you get standard emulation features, save state, screen ratio tweaks, scanline filters. It's the minimum you'd expect in 2025, but that's about it. There's no museum content, no developer interviews, no history of Technos Japan or these franchises. The extras are slim to none, no soundtracks, no behind-the-scenes material, not even decent wallpapers. When other collections like Atari 50 are setting the bar with documentaries and deep dive archives, Super Technos World feels pretty bare bones by comparison. The controls. If you're using a gamepad, you're fine. Keyboard controls are a nightmare, so don't even try unless you like self-inflicted pain. And if you're playing on a big TV, get ready for some chunky pixels. There's only so much you can do with classic sprites at modern resolutions. Let's be fair, some of these games are still a blast, especially in multiplayer. The Combat Tribes and Shadow Force are awesome to beat up baddies with a friend. Super Dodgeball is ridiculous and competitive, and Kunio's Oden is great for puzzle fans. If you grew up with these titles, or you're a die-hard Technos Japan fan, you'll definitely get a few hours of nostalgia-fueled fun. There's value here, just not as much as the price tag might suggest. But that's the sticking point, isn't it? For over $20, you expect more games, better curation, or at least some effort put into making the package feel special. Instead, you get a collection that's decent, but reeks of minimal effort. No localization, no bonus content, just a take it or leave it approach. For a company sitting on such a beloved chunk of gaming history, it's a bit cynical. Here's the bottom line. Super Technos World, River City and Technos Arcade Classics is far from the worst retro collection out there. But it could, and should, have been much better. It's fun for a weekend. It's a nostalgia hit for longtime fans, but it won't win over anyone who didn't grow up playing these games. If you spot it on sale and just want to relive some old school brawls or weird sports games with your buddies, go for it. Otherwise, there are much better curated retro collections on Switch right now. That's the veteran game take, straight up, no sugarcoating. If you enjoyed this review or want more honest takes on retro gems and gaming history, smash that like button and subscribe for more. And let me know in the comments, what classic arcade or SNES game do you want to see get the deluxe re-release treatment? See you next time and keep your quarters handy.